It's episode 33 of Origin PC Live. Let's do it. What's up, friends? Welcome to episode 33 of Origin PC Live. My name is Alexis Roselle, aka Kuzmeister Extravaganza. Welcome to another episode of Origin PC Live.
And I'm Jerica, or Nano Kitten, Nano Double Underscore.
There it is, Nano Double Underscore Kitten. You find it right over here, right there. There it is. So a quick recap for those new viewers of Origin PC Live. This is a show where we discuss the latest in gaming and geek news, what we're up to, and we'll be chatting it up with a special guest. This week's special guest is none other than Delrith from the Angry Joe Show. Later on, we'll be announcing the winner of the Lamarr Wilson EVO15-S giveaway. To stick around to find out if you won.
You guys can interact with us by posting in chat or making comments. We'll be watching for your feedback later on in the show. We'll be answering any questions you have, and we're announcing Post of the Week winner and who will be winning a Radical Heights Founders Pack.
Alright, she got through it again.
I can read!
Round two. Let's kick off the show, shall we?
It's the worst.
So our first story is about some Black Ops 4 rumors. Polygon reported that Black Ops 4 would not feature a single-player campaign, instead opting for more multiplayer and cooperative modes. That's kind of risky. If this is true, this would be the first Call of Duty game that would be shipping out without a single-player mode. This joins other rumors surrounding Black Ops 4, which also includes rumors about a Battle Royale mode and a revamped multiplayer. The game will be officially revealed on May 17th, hopefully putting the rumors to rest. What do you think about this rumor, Jerica? Would you consider playing Black Ops 4 without multiplayer?
As long as it's not at $60, I feel. If it was cheaper.
Maybe. Maybe they might do something like that, make it a little bit inexpensive since they're not including the single player aspect. But for me, the single player stuff for Call of Duty is actually part of my favorite. I do love playing the multiplayer, don't get me wrong, but they make some incredible single player stories, especially with the Black Ops series. So I'm surprised they're going this route. But if what the rumors are saying are true, then maybe they're going to be doing a Battle Royale mode, which I expect most games to be doing in the near future since that's the new popular thing. I don't expect Battlefield to be way far behind and do something Battle Royale wise, especially if Call of Duty does it first.
Chill.
I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a thing.
I don't know. I haven't played a Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 2, and I actually like that campaign a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That was a good campaign.
Yeah.
I loved the World War II campaign as well. I played World War II a lot. I still play it every now and again. It's an awesome game. But yeah, I mean, hopefully they more than make up for it with their multiplayer mode. So we'll see where that goes. What do we got next?
All right, for the next story, it's Hazelight Studios, the developers of A Way Out, announced that the game has sold over 1 million copies. In a leaked marketing plan, EA expected the game to sell around 900,000 copies in its lifetime. With its new announcement, the game has exceeded sales expectations. What are your thoughts on the 1 million copies, Alexis?
That's pretty awesome. The game itself is pretty cool. I haven't played it yet. I've seen a bunch of streams. In fact, every stream I've seen has pretty much played it from beginning to end, so I don't feel like I need to play it, although it's a pretty cool experience. I'm not surprised that it sold over 1 million copies. The game was pretty hyped up. The developer guy seems like a really cool dude, especially when he came out in the Video Game Awards and said F the Oscars. That was pretty hilarious. But the game's great. Like, it looks really good. I love the unique aspect where it's split screen and it goes back to a full screen depending on what things you're doing in game. But it's awesome. Congratulations to them. I expected over 1 million, so it's pretty good. Have you played it?
I have not. I didn't even know it was on Xbox. I don't own an Xbox, so...
See, the news is not only for you guys, the news is for us as well.
Like, I'm reading the story and being like, Mom, I don't know.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. All right, now for some Origin PC news. This week, we are now selling AMD Ryzen 2nd Gen processors on our gaming workstations and desktops. Choose from the new 2nd Gen Ryzen 5 or Ryzen 7 CPUs and customize your Origin PC desktop of choice. These new processors feature up to 20% improved performance and offer excellent multi-threaded performance on creative applications. What do you think of these new CPUs in our desktops, Jerica?
I've heard that they're actually really, really good.
They are. They're amazing. We actually got one early access and we were benchmarking it, and it's pretty surprising. I think we're going to be releasing the benchmark soon, or at least we're probably going to wait till it goes out to a review so the reviewers can see it. But very happy for AMD. They're great people over there, and I know that they're always kind of the underdog in these races, so good for them on releasing a new CPU. The good thing about the AMD processors is that they're affordable. They're great for the do-it-yourself gamers, but they're great for people that want that multi-threaded performance. For example, if you're doing CPU-intensive stuff like running multi-thread games or streaming or video editing and stuff, the Ryzen CPUs are awesome. In fact, if you watched us yesterday, we put in a Ryzen Threadripper in our new streaming PC, which is almost complete. We're not actually using it for this stream yet, but we will be using it for the next one, so I'm pretty excited about that. What's next?
Got geek news.
Geek news, baby.
All right. So kicking off our geek news is about some Twitter shade thrown by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson,
the people's champion,
about the Doom movie. While celebrating the positive reviews of Rampage, The Rock wrote, "And remember, I starred in the stinker Doom, so I have lived thy curse." The Doom Twitter account responded with, "Dwayne, thoughts on..." Right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Thoughts on this Twitter interaction, Alexis?
So...
I love throwing shade.
I know. I'm surprised that The Rock would do that in a movie he starred in, especially if the company is still around. Basically, it was saying, like, finally we made a good video game movie, even though he wasn't Doom, and he called Doom a stinker. I think that's kind of shitty, to be honest with you. I mean, you're part of a movie franchise, and you're kind of clowning on it. I know it was in jest or whatever, but I actually liked the Doom movie. I enjoyed it. Did you see it?
No.
It was good. It was cool because it went into first-person mode like you were playing the game, and The Rock was in it, and I love pretty much everything The Rock's in. I'm going to like Rampage, even though, like, I don't know how they created a story for a game like Rampage. It was literally just an 8-bit...
It's rich in story.
Yeah, rich in story. What do you think? Do you think he should have thrown shade at them like that?
I mean, I'm sure actors don't like some of their movies.
For sure.
I mean...
But to publicly state it on Twitter...
He's The Rock.
Where they could reply, he is The Rock. I guess that excuses everything. So our final geek news story reports that George Miller's production company and Warner Brothers are locked in a courtroom battle over the production of Mad Max Fury Road. Why? Miller's production company had led several claims against Warner Brothers, while Warner Brothers is fighting back with counterclaims, leading to a lengthy and drawn-out court battle. Can you please put your phone on silent?
I didn't know we were in the movie theater.
This messy fight about the award-winning movie is impacting fans as production on a new Mad Max movies have been put on hold, despite 2 sequels have already been written. Miller himself doesn't know if the fans will be able to see any of the new Mad Max movies. What do you think about this legal battle, and what do you think about the new Mad Max movie? Will it ever be made?
Probably, like, by someone else.
I hope so. I love the Mad Max movies.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Fury Road is amazing, and, like, what is it, the Thunderdome? Right?
Thunderdome, yeah, those are the original ones.
Yeah, those are
2 men enter, 1 man leave. Those are my favorites, the older ones. I like the new one a lot, though. I like how they shot it. It was very, very artistic. It was cool.
I want to shave my head just because of that movie.
Yeah. Who was it? Charlize Theron?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, she did great in it. Yeah, super sad if they don't release another Mad Max movie. But like Jerica said, I'm sure someone will pick it up down the line, even if it's not George Miller. Although it always fits. I like seeing... Like, I was so happy when we found out that J.J. Abrams was directing the following Star Wars movie, because he did the first one, and then I was like, man, it's going to be weird when another director steps in. So that's why I like seeing the same guys work on the same movie, because it kind of leaves... You see their style in it, and it fits, and if you like the first one, their style kind of correlates into the second one.
Yeah, but then you look at Marvel movies, and they're all pretty much good, and they're all different directors.
Yeah, they're all good. We'll see how Avengers is. That's the one I'm excited about. Next week. All right, up next.
All right, special shout out to Blue Microphones. Oh, damn it! Where are we going?
What? Recent releases?
Yeah, nice. I was like, where? I was so ready. These incredible mics we're using on the show. Kicking off these recent releases is God of War on PS4. Did you bring it?
No, I have it out.
Taking place several years after the events of the previous God of War games, Kratos embarks on a journey with his son, Atreus? Atreus. Like the band?
No, not Atreus.
In the world of the Norse gods.
Yeah. I'm gonna touch on this a little bit now, but
don't you dare say anything.
It's my Eat, Sleep, Game, Repeat, so I'm not gonna go too in-depth. But needless to say, it's absolutely incredible, and I've been having a blast with it. I got to pick it up last night at 9 p.m. because GameStop didn't do a midnight release. They did a 9 p.m. release, which is pretty sweet. So I stayed up far too late, which is why I'm so tired today. But I'm super excited to talk about it in the next segment. Also releasing this week is Yakuza 6. Yakuza 6, The Song of Life on PS4 is a new entry in the Yakuza series. The story follows Kazuma Kiryu as he attempts to uncover a mystery in Hiroshima and marks the end of Kazuma's journey. I really want to play this as well. I wish that they didn't come out on the same day, but I heard the last Yakuza was amazing. I didn't play that one yet, so I'm probably going to play that one first and then this one next, because it looks awesome. It's like a crazy version of GTA from what I heard.
This one comes out today too?
It came out today
Oh,
also,
man.
I believe, yeah.
Mistakes.
Right, Lewis? Is that correct?
Tuesday.
Oh,
Tuesday.
Alright.
Well, then I guess there's still time. If I beat God of War this weekend, then I'll go ahead and start playing this.
Yeah, I remember watching a lot of people play this during E3.
Yeah, Bike
like-
Man was my favorite streamer for this. He was so funny.
The setup for on E3 was amazing too. I really liked it.
Yeah, this looks amazing. What's next?
All right, finally, the Nintendo Labo kits are now,
Cardboard!
are now available on Nintendo Switch. Build special objects that can interact with your Switch and Joy-Cons in new and unique ways. Objects include a piano, a house, or a fishing rod.
As much as I've cracked on this, I'm actually super excited to try it. Like, it just looks so silly. Like, you can make these cardboard things, but then you can actually use them in the game, which is pretty neat. So, I mean, it's going to be cool. I'm probably not going to get it myself, but I'm sure someone I know will, so I'll try it then.
Do I need an engineering degree for this?
No, you don't.
Oh.
It tells you how to build the
Oh,
stuff that you're
okay.
getting, but you just build it yourself, and then you get to interact in the games with it.
That's cool.
I think it's pretty interesting. It's unique.
It's
What do we got next?
Very Nintendo.
Oh, yeah, very Nintendo. Up next, Blatant Plug of the Week. Kicking things off for Blatant Plug of the Week is our monthly promo. Turn your tax refund into epic upgrades. If you purchase any gaming desktop, you get free US ground shipping, among many other things.
Many.
If you purchase any Eon 15X, Eon 17X, or Eon 17 SLX laptop, you get free US ground shipping, a free $50 Amazon gift card, and, you heard it here, many other things.
Many.
So many. Don't forget to sign up for our Final Fantasy themed Millennium giveaway. You can sign up at originpc.com/FFXV. Make sure to sign up immediately. This one is US only, actually North America only. I'm sorry. So even Canada gets to take part. Finally, yay! This is something that we teamed up with Square Enix for their launch of the Windows edition of Final Fantasy 15, which is absolutely incredible. And this PC itself is beautiful. If anyone's seen our PAX East video or the photos that we tweeted at PAX East, you'd see that the PC itself is astonishingly gorgeous. So I highly, highly recommend you go to originpc.com/FFXV to check it out.
I wish I could win this fucking.
I know, we can't. We're not allowed. But here's the worldwide giveaway for you all, originpc.com/AngryJoe. We teamed up with Logitech and the Angry Joe Show to bring you an ultimate bundle from Logitech G. This includes their awesome headset, their amazing wireless mouse, and their super unique wireless mouse pad charger. So the way this works is as you're gaming, you're actually charging your wireless mouse on the mouse pad. So really, like, you should never really run out of batteries. That's pretty awesome.
Still blows my mind.
I know, it's amazing. Technology is incredible. What do we got next? The Intel Rig Challenge is underway. Man, wait till you guys see what we're working on. We actually have made a ton of progress on it today alone. So we're going to be posting some pictures up very soon. But we're also going to be showing the full build in our third and final video. To win this $10,000 PC among many other prizes from Intel, including Oculus Rift headsets, all you need to do is tweet daily. My hashtag Intel Rig Challenge vote is for @OriginPC. If you tweet it out daily, it not only increases our vote count, but you also increase your chances of winning. So please do so. I don't know why I'm doing the hand gestures when
Yeah, I know.
really
No one's
watching
looking
this.
at you.
But it's just how I talk. So make sure to do so,
Very
friends.
Hispanic.
I am very Hispanic. Make sure to do that, guys. Again, tweet out daily. My hashtag Intel Rig Challenge vote is for @OriginPC. More times you enter, the more chances you have of winning, and you also get included into those Oculus Rift headset giveaways.
Woo.
Hooray! What do we got next? Wait,
Yeah,
I skipped something. Eat, Sleep, Game, Repeat.
Yeah.
I'm not keeping up with the
Alright,
script
now
today.
it's time to talk about Eat, Sleep, Game, Repeat, where we talk about the games we're playing. This segment is sponsored by the Origin PC Gear Shop, where you can buy your own Eat, Sleep, Game, Repeat shirt. Alexis, what are you Eat, Sleep, Game, repeating right now?
Nintendo Labo. Just kidding. God of War 4. I'm so excited to talk about this. Yeah, right? It is 4, isn't it? It's the 4th in the series?
Separate thing.
Nope, I'm wrong?
It's just God of War.
God of War. But it is the 4th one, right?
I guess it would be the 4th one.
Technically it's 7th, actually.
I mean, counting the PSP ones, I guess.
No, oh man, I can't even look at this. I haven't fought this guy yet. Well, let me just talk about how amazing. I'm going to do this with my eyes closed. Let me talk about how amazing this game is. So, there's so many things I have to go through. Tell me when the camera's back on me so I don't look like an idiot. Or don't, whatever you guys
I'm not
want.
going to tell you.
So the game itself is incredible. The graphics are astonishing for a PS4 Pro. I'm playing it in 4K on my 4K TV. In HDR, it looks gorgeous. The story itself is so cool to see Kratos actually be a father figure and kind of train his young son into becoming a warrior of sorts. So it takes part very, very early. I'm sure you guys have seen the trailer, but the mom passes away, and their whole duty is to go bury her, basically.
Damn, spoilers.
No, that's how it starts off. It's in the trailer and everything.
Oh, I've avoided everything.
Oh, well, there it is. Now you have the premise of the whole story. But the whole interaction between father and son is so, like, real. Like, it's awesome. And to see Kratos kind of taming his inner beast to try to guide his son into becoming a man, basically, it's so well done. The combat is really cool. I love the fact that it's open world. It brings all these RPG elements in it. It's got an immense skill tree. You can upgrade your weapons. You can upgrade your armor. You can change your weapons and armor. The whole thing where you throw your Leviathan axe and you can pop it right back into your hand is so satisfying because your joystick vibrates. And it feels so cool. Like I literally just did that for 5 minutes into a wall and bring it back. And you can do it from anywhere. Like I've been in fights where I forgot it because once you throw it, you can start doing unarmed combat. And you can once you stun them, you can break them apart and do all sorts of crazy stuff as per Kratos normally, right? So if you go into a different section, you don't have your axe. I'm like, oh crap. It just comes right back. It takes a while depending on how far you are, but it's so cool. The game itself is amazing. I know this is your Eat Sleep Game Repeat too because you're going to be playing it this weekend.
I gotta pick it up right after this.
But tell me about how excited you are.
I am super excited. Like, I'm so stoked. But the most important thing I want to know is if there's dad jokes.
There hasn't been any dad
jokes.
Like Kratos making a dad joke?
Yeah, I want to see that. That's if there's a dad joke, 10-10.
Dad, I'm scared. Atreyu, I'm dead. So that'll be it right there.
But no, I don't know anything about the game. I don't want to know anything. I just want to go into it totally blank slate.
It's astonishing. So there's a fight early on that's like the most crazy fight I've ever been in any video game. And it's super surprising and it's so well done. And you know those God of War fights, they're always so epic. So when you fight those big boss battles, it's really, really cool. And this happens right in the beginning, so I need you to text me right after.
Did you see the reaction video of the creator? He was super emotional.
Really?
Yeah.
From what? When it released? Or hearing the fan reactions?
No, they looked up a Metacritic just to see the
amazing score that they got.
The scores that they got, and the dude got super emotional. He's like, I'm so proud, and it was super, I was getting teary-eyed, back there. I was just like, no, I need to turn this off.
That's amazing.
But it was super heartfelt.
I'm gonna actually check it out after this. But I can't say enough great things about this game. It definitely deserves all the amazing reviews it's gotten. I've been a huge, huge fan of God of War for a while, and I was kind of iffy about this game, especially all the hype behind it. And then when I saw all the reviews coming out, I'm like, oh man, they're really, really good. But you still don't even know until you actually get a hand on it yourself. And man, I've been just thinking about it all day. I got home, I got it last night. I finally loaded everything around 10 p.m. I stayed up till 1. I didn't even realize how much time had gone by. I would if I didn't have to work today, I would have honestly stayed up way, way later. I'm probably gonna stay up all night tonight. Right after we get out of here, I'm gonna do a movie and going home, and I'm just all day till Sunday. You see me here Monday, I'm gonna be exhausted. I'm gonna be dead. I'll probably beat it, to be honest with you. Although it's a game that I feel like I want to 100%. I still haven't. Far Cry is another one I want to 100%, which I'm still playing as well. So I guess it kind of counts.
You have it for PC though, right?
I have it for PC and Xbox.
Oh, never mind. I was gonna say we can play together.
We can.
Never mind.
Oh, you got it on the PS4.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Up next is Check This Out. Thank you to Elgato for providing the Stream Deck and the 4K capture card, the 4K 60 Pro that you saw us install yesterday in our streaming PC. So in Check This Out, we talk about anything we've been checking out. This includes movies, music, TV, tech, apps, software. Jerica, what have you been checking out?
Well, what I'm going to check out because it's just started to stream right now is what is it? Agre Retsuko?
You don't even know.
I don't
how
know
to pronounce
Japanese,
it?
man.
Let me try. Agretsuko.
Yeah. Well, her name is Retsuko or
Retsuko.
something like that, but it's aggressive Retsuko.
Ah. So tell me about it.
Basically, she is like me.
Go on.
She's 25 years old and she works like a mundane like accounting job in like a super busy business place in Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way she like releases her stress is by going to karaoke bars and getting totally shit-faced and singing death metal songs. Yeah, it's so good. Like
this came out on Netflix today?
Yes. She's
I'm
part
gonna
of
watch it.
Sanrio, like the same people of Hello Kitty and stuff like that.
Oh, wow. Hello Kitty made a death metal panda bear?
Yeah. It's amazing. Like she hates her boss and everyone that she works with.
It sounds like I want to watch this movie. Or is it a show,
It's
right?
a show.
Series?
It's so good. She's like the complete opposite of Hello Kitty.
It's complete opposite of Hello Kitty. Beautiful. So what I'm checking out is Lost in Space on Netflix. I actually just finished it yesterday. Awesome. So you guys know Lost in Space from the old 70s show. Danger, Will Robinson, blah, blah, blah. This, they remade it completely. It's about a family. They get lost in space, hence the name. So well done. Beautifully shot as well. The dialogue is funny, engaging. I really, really love how they did the robot. When it's in its normal form, they don't use any CGI whatsoever, which I absolutely love. When they nail that puppeteering like perfectly, and they did in this show, it comes out phenomenal. And I think they really, really made a good choice by going against CGI and just doing this. The actors themselves are really good. The whole thing is hilarious from beginning to end. Hilarious and serious, of course. But there's very funny moments, I think. I laughed a lot.
I downloaded Netflix just to see this, and I probably played 5 minutes of it, and I was just like, I don't know.
Really? You weren't torn in? Actually, the first episode hooked me in a lot, so if you didn't like the first episode,
I don't know. I only saw 5 minutes, and I saw a picture of the robot, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm super hit or miss with, like, sci-fi.
It's very sci-fi, for sure. It's just cool. It's about a family, and they're tight-knit, kind of. I mean, you'll see in the show.
Like a Ray Bradbury type.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. So the way this season ends is the way it's supposed to pick up in the original series, from if I remember it correctly. I mean, I saw like reruns of it when I was younger. I'm not that old, but.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But it's really, really good. I highly recommend you guys check it out. Lost in Space on Netflix. So now it's time for a short break. After the break, we're going to be talking with Delrith. And after that, we're going to announce the Lamarr Wilson EVO15-S winner. So do not go anywhere. See you soon. What is up, everybody? Welcome back, and shout out to AMD for powering our streaming rig. It is time to talk with Delrith from The Angry Joe Show. You can find Delrith on Twitch, streaming and co-streaming on The Angry Joe channel, as well as creating rapid-fire reviews on The Angry Joe Show and more on the YouTube channel. Delrith is also the PR dude for Angry Joe Show and has been with Angry Joe Army for several years now. Delrith, Other Joe, and Angry Joe are also new members of the Origin PC family, as they just received their custom Origin PCs that we built live on stream. How are you doing this Friday, my man Delrith? Scooch over.
I can't complain. It's a pretty good Friday. It's been a busy week, though. Really busy. Everything decided to come out at the same time.
I know, right? Isn't it how it always happens? There's a huge lull in games, and then suddenly they all come pouring in.
It's like Broketober all over again.
Broketober. I like that. That works.
All right, so thanks for taking the time on being on the show with us, Delrith. We just had a couple of questions for you. What do you think about the games this year so far?
We've had some good hit and misses, honestly. I mean, we've had Monster Hunter World that was like a super success, and then you also had Metal Gear Survive within the same like 30-day period. But we've had more good games than bad lately, and you know, the bad ones are easily forgotten, and you still have Monster Hunter World and stuff kicking it live and doing it really well. So.
Yeah, I agree with you. Monster Hunter World. So you like Monster Hunter World a lot? You're still playing it?
I'm at like 700 hours. Yeah, it is a great game. When it first came out and we were doing the review and I was doing the review on it, I put like 18 hours a day into it for the first 2.5 weeks. I had something like 240 hours of playtime in 14 days. So it was just every moment that I was awake, I was playing Monster Hunter when it came out to get the review done, and it was fantastic in every sense of the word.
That's awesome. Are they still pumping out a lot of new content for it?
Yeah, they just came out with their 16-man raid. They're called Teroth Raid, and that just came out yesterday, I think. So I was checking that out, and it's actually really enjoyable. And they're doing all this for free, which is different than their previous games. Usually they were just like, let's just release another game, like you had Cross, then Double Cross. But this time they're just adding in free stuff gradually, so you don't have to buy anything, which is really nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's one of those that I've had like sitting, like, oh, I should buy it, and I haven't yet, but I think I'm gonna pick it up.
Same, like the Palicos.
It's worth playing. Yeah.
The Palicos really wanna.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to play.
Yeah, that was the selling point for the game, is you could dress your Palico up, and I think that's like the biggest reason.
And now you can have it as a Mega Man. That's what I saw.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, you have a Mega Man companion.
I'm in. I saw that you can play as. You can get like a Ryu skin or something, right? From Street Fighter?
You can get a bunch of skins. Yeah, they work with Street Fighter and everything too with Capcom.
Oh, sick.
But they're like crossing over different titles and letting you get costumes for your character and your cat, which is pretty great.
That is pretty cool. So you and the team at Angry Joe are known for your game reviews, obviously. So what determines if a game gets an angry review or a rapid fire review, and why?
I think it's just generally what our interest is in it and like how much hype is around it. A lot of the times it's like up to what we prefer, because you get releases that come out at the same time, and you know, Joe, he tries really hard to review everything that comes out and tries to juggle like 5 or 6 different games at once. But generally it's like, okay, this is what we're doing, the other games have to take a sideline, or if we're doing a certain project, we have to select other games. And we've gotten into this habit now of at the beginning of the month, I go, hey, I'm reviewing this, and he's reviewing this, and this. And it's really just personal preference as far as like what I review and what he reviews. I prefer like strategic, you know, real pen and paper type of games where you can like min-max everything and do all that. And Joe's like an action RPG oriented guy. He enjoys like storylines and things like that. And so he generally grabs things like, I'm doing Battletech right now, which is a tabletop derived mech warrior game. Like there's tabletop Battletech games, I think like a couple of them, and they're super pen and paper, really like numbers based. And Joe's doing God of War, which you just talked about, is like an RPG, action RPG with Kratos and a continuation of a series he did before. So it's just, it comes down to, do we want to do this, do we not want to do this, and if we have time, because we've been really busy lately with other things.
Sure. No, that makes sense. Do you guys decide the games mostly yourself? It's just games that you're interested in and you want to review?
For the most part, I mean, if it's like a big AAA game that like everyone's looking forward to,
Sure.
a lot of it also comes from audience demand. And so, like if there's a really small title not very many people know about, most likely we won't review it because we want to go for what the audience is demanding. And there would be riots if we didn't do something like God of War.
Yeah, right,
So
for sure.
it was like, you got to put things on the side. Like Joe likes Yakuza, but God of War came out at the same time, so we have to do God of War. Like that's just the way it is. And unfortunately, what did we have this week that we had to choose from? You had Frostpunk, God of War, Yakuza, and BattleTech all coming out within like 4 days of each other. So you just whatever.
Yeah, right on. No, that makes sense.
All right, you guys do streams on Twitch along with making videos for your YouTube channel. How is streaming versus content creating on YouTube?
I mean, it's a whole different beast. I've recently just started getting into rapid fires. I know Joe's been doing the whole YouTube thing for like 8 years now. No, it's almost 10 years now, or something like that. I've only been on the show for about 4.5, 5 years. It's just like a whole different mentality. Twitch, you're really relaxed. You have to, everything happens live. You're interacting with viewers and actually getting content based on talking to people, which is the big separation from YouTube. Because when you do YouTube, you're just sitting in front of a camera talking to yourself.
Right.
And it's a lot more, from what I've seen, is you're a lot more self-conscious, believe it or not, on YouTube. Because you go, okay, this has to be done perfectly. I actually can edit it. I can put things down. I have to really word what I'm going to say flawlessly. I need to get my point across. Whereas Twitch, it's happening live, and if you make a mistake, you just go, "Oh, my bad," and you backtrack and you fix it right then and there, and people understand.
And you're getting that immediate feedback.
Yeah, you get the immediate feedback, and it's one of those things where until you put a video out on YouTube, you don't know how your audience is going to react to it, which is like a nightmare a lot of the time.
I bet.
And then on Twitch, you're just, your audience, your people. And unbelievably, I'd say that the rapid fires are way more stressful than just going live and being on Twitch because, you're dropping an impression in front of several 100,000 people who are going to review that and give you feedback and actually make or break a purchase based on that. Whereas on Twitch, you're just screwing around playing video games. And so the separation is YouTube is like way more work and like critical thinking based, and Twitch is just super relaxing and just fun to do, and you get to interact with people and more social about it.
So speaking of streaming, once in a while you guys do board game streams, like most recently with Joe's Street Fighter miniature game. How do you like that? Is that something really enjoyable for you guys?
So Joe and other Joe and Alex and Erica and all those other awesome people who help out with the board game section of the channel, they love it. And Joe is without a doubt the biggest board game enthusiast I've ever met.
I bet.
If you've ever seen his live streams, his offices are literally walls to walls to walls to walls of board games, just thousands of them when I say that, like no exaggeration. And he loves it, and he's been, it's one of those things where originally he was kind of skeptical about doing it because he was a video game review channel, and it was always his passion, and we encouraged him, and he ended up deciding, hey, I'm gonna follow my passion, do what I want. If people are mad, who cares? And I think it turned out really well. Personally, I'm like more of a video game type of guy. Board games aren't really my forte, but I do enjoy them from time to time. But he is absolutely infatuated with them. He loves them. He's got a very analytical mind when it comes to doing board games. And like you said, he did his Kickstarter recently, and he nailed it. Like, he knocked it out of the park.
He really did.
It's doing fantastic. And it's really awesome to see the community, even though we started with video games, supports the heck out of anything he wants to do as long as he's happy and enjoying what he does.
Yeah, right on. I mean, that Street Fighter miniature game, it came as a surprise. I was like, Joe released a board game? Like, what? But then looking at it, I backed it myself. I'm like, man, these models are so cool. Like, I want those models like more than anything. The miniatures look amazing. But from what I'm hearing, from what I heard you guys talk at your panel at PAX East, the game itself kind of going through how it is, it seems like it's actually really enjoyable. So I'm looking forward to trying it for sure.
Yeah, he when he was designing it, this is like a lot of companies, they're like, oh, you gotta cut corners, because manufacturing is gonna be too expensive. If you have super good models, he was talking about how if you have super good models, you gotta cut quality other place because production costs. But the thing with Kickstarter and the thing with Joe was, he was like, I want everything to be the best that it can possibly be. I don't care if we don't make money. And it was one of those things where it's like, it really shows how passionate he was and how much he cared about it, because he was like, we're going to have quality models. Like, his models are going to be higher quality than like the amiibos, and higher quality than like anything else you see in pre-painted board games. And then on top of that, he was like, I want the best board play mats, I want the best cards, I want the best art. And so he just poured his heart and soul into making sure that everything about this game was at its top, and he didn't care about cost. He just wanted to make the best game because he loves the license and he loves what he's doing.
Right on. Good for him.
All right. One last question. Or is it the last one?
No, there's more.
Oh, there's more? Well, all right.
She's new here.
Sorry. What would you want game developers to stop doing in their games?
Oh, that's a big question. Primarily, I want them to stop cutting content to sell at later dates. And a great example of this,
for sure,
is there's a lot of companies like, okay, I'm just going to call Destiny out, like straight out, both times. They go and they release content. They release a game where the content they plan on selling you later is already on the disc at day one. And this sets a horrible precedent, because you get an unfinished game in a lot of cases. You get a game that feels really fragmented and undone, and you find out that the company spent the entire time developing their game, but not finishing the base game, doing the content they're going to sell you later rather than fixing what they already had. And so you end up a lot of days with these fragmented, unfinished, like just unsatisfying games. And you go and you look at, okay, where'd the content go? And you see season pass or 30 DLCs planned. And you're like, oh, they basically cut the game into small bite-sized pieces. And it's probably the biggest problem in the industry. Like loot boxes too, microtransactions, big problem. But it wouldn't be so much of one if you actually had a good game to play and use them with. And,
sure.
It's just more and more you're seeing companies release like early access official releases, and they're just like one piece of the whole pie, and you have to buy the other 20 pieces later, and it just doesn't feel good.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Same thing with you said with the loot boxes. It can be done wrong, and some games have done it wrong, but I think for the most part now, most of them are cosmetic stuff. And again, if you enjoy the game, maybe you want an extra skin. Why not? Like, I don't mind throwing an extra few bucks at something if it's cool.
There's two games that do that right, and one of them is Path of Exile. I think that's the best free-to-play microtransaction system I've ever seen.
Definitely.
Like, no advantage for spending money, and the game's totally free. And then you have like Warframe, which is, free game. You can do it, but it does incentivize you, but it's not bad. It's not like super over the top. You're screwed if you don't.
Right.
And I think a lot of companies need to go, cosmetics are okay, game changing and game affecting sales in a $60 game aren't. It's just something you don't want any, these days. If it's a free to play game, okay, it's understandable. Right. But if you're paying $60 and then they have a microtransaction store in the game you just paid $60,
that makes me very upset.
Dirt in the face. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that. That's what. I agree with you. The free-to-play games, it's one thing. There it is, and it sits there. Or even if it's a super low-cost game, sometimes it doesn't bother me. But when you're paying full price for a AAA title and then you find a microtransaction store inside, I'm like, why? You're trying to gouge me for all the money I have.
I'm a little worse with microtransactions. Like Overwatch, I don't even want to know how much money I've spent on loot boxes, to be honest.
I bet.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where it's like I recently reviewed Extinction, which was another game that fits that bill perfectly. There was no content in the game. I beat it in 6 hours.
Wow.
It's a $60 game, and they're selling a season pass already. And it was one of those things where you go, what the heck? Do you have content done? Why are you planning this already? Your game doesn't even have a story. What's going on? And I just wish companies would stop doing that.
Pay $20 for the story, obviously.
Yeah. Yep. Pay $20.
Story expansion,
yeah.
$20.
Honestly, I think day one DLCs are the worst. I feel like that's,
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
That's even worse than like.
Sometimes they'll do like some of the day one DLCs or come with like a pre-order bonus, like if you pre-order the game or whatever. I still think that's feeding too much into it. Like, I'm not a huge fan of pre-order stuff, but I mean, what are you gonna do? Can't change it.
Yeah, not anymore at least.
So, interacting with the Angry Joe Show army is key to the Angry Joe Show, obviously. Could you talk about how you and the team interact with the army?
It's all over the place, honestly. So we have our forums. We talk on there. We communicate. We have our community managers like Dr. Evil. Fantastic guy. Does so much for us. I appreciate the heck out of him. And it's like there's this buffer zone between our AJSA gaming community and the Angry Joe Show community. There's like, so you've got the YouTube community, which is a whole monster of its own. And
Right.
we have our like gaming community. And the way we interact with them is we'll talk about what we're reviewing. We'll get them involved with discussions on the reviews. It's a lot more close together, close knit. And they follow the Twitch and stuff. And so a lot of the times we'll go into a game and we'll be like, all right, Angry Army, come play with us. Gaming community, come play with us. And we'll try to involve them that way. But interacting with them, it's hard because a lot of the stuff is single player. A lot of the stuff is things you can't get 1,000 people in or like 10,000 people in to play with you. And so we try to do the best we can by interacting with them in the Discord, on the Twitch streams, in the forums. And it's just one of those things that if we need them, they're there and they're happy to be there. And it's just kind of like a constant with them.
That's awesome that you guys play with them. I think I want to say it was Elder Scrolls Online, was it? When Joe did that huge raid and everyone there was from the Angry Joe Show army. That was absolutely insane.
He broke that game. Yeah, he broke it. There were so many people from our community on that one faction that they ended up winning the Emperor title like for 6 months straight. Because every time the other factions would try to defend, you have like 100 good people. Good luck beating 10,000. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was the last big game we went into, and before that was PlanetSide 2. And we're really hoping that something like Postscriptum, which is coming out soon, is going to offer, or even Hell Let Loose, which is another World War II game, is going to offer abilities for us to go in and play with, several thousand people again, which would be amazing.
That'd be awesome, and I will be there this time around.
Yep.
All right, could you tell us how you started with the Angry Joe Show?
Oh, man. Do I want to bridge the story? Because it was kind of... I'll try to keep it simple. So when Joe was first looking to get a community, and not a lot of people know this, super insider information.
No one's watching.
Origin PC
Joe
exclusive.
When Joe was first starting his community, he was looking around for community managers and stuff to run it for him. Because running a community is a full-time job, and there's no way you can do that when you're running a YouTube channel. You can be a part of it, but not like the main manager. And so he was looking around, and I was a part of a group called DBS Gaming. And long story short, they convinced him to let them run the community, but they were doing some really shady crap I won't get into specifics of. And I decided to lose my current job with them and go out there. And I didn't know Joe. I had no idea who he was. I didn't know what he was about or anything. But the fact that they were trying to screw him over in certain ways, I just had to say something. And I went to him and I was like, hey, I don't know you. I don't know who you are, but you need to back out of this. They're going to fuck you over like 30 different sideways ways. And he ended up going, okay, thank you, pulled out of that. And then he was like, hey, do you want to come work for me? And it was one of those things where I was like, sure. And so I got to know him through that. And I've just been glad of every moment and every day I get to be on the show since, because, it all started from dodge a bullet, and then it ended up doing the right thing, ended up working out. And I really appreciate how it ended.
That's awesome, man.
That good karma.
Yeah, good karma. Exactly. It paid off for you. That's killer. And you guys have a good dynamic. I know he spoke so highly of you in that panel. I was like, oh, man, this is so sweet.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
It's always a great job. It's a great life. I honestly enjoy working with the Joes, and they keep making jokes about how we need to change your name to Joe legally so that there's 3 Joes, and I'm like, no, I'll just be me. It'd be Joe, other Joe, and not Joe.
There you go. That's what it should be. If they want to throw the Joe in there, just do the not Joe.
What is your actual name? That's what I want to know.
That is a classified secret.
Classified
Ooh.
secret.
Ooh, it's secret.
You never
But,
ask a streamer
I
their
think I've
actual name.
slipped up a few times, but shh, you'll never.
I know it, but I won't say it.
Is it Joe with just a J-O?
Yeah.
Yes, it's just J-O.
It's Joseph. Is his full-
Jose.
Del, do you have any advice or tips for anyone wanting to create content on YouTube or streams?
Oh man, how to word this? Definitely try to push yourself. A lot of things is if you're going into this wanting to make money, and this is one of the things that people mess up on a lot. If you go into streaming or you go into YouTubing and you have expectations you've set, or you have like things you think are going to happen, and you are there to make money and you're like, I'm going to make a living out of that, don't do that. people don't like the individuals who go in and just want money or are doing it because they want to make it a job and stuff like that. You have to be passionate about what you do, and you have to care about what you're doing. And people pick up on that. If you care about what you're doing, you don't care about viewers, you don't care about, making it a job, you don't care about making money from it. People will like you more and you're more likely to succeed. But if you're trying to get into it as a job, if you're just starting off and your entire dynamic is to make money, you probably shouldn't do it. It should be something that comes later, and it should be something that is something, if it happens, it happens, but you want to be there for your community, you want to be there to show people you love games, and it's got to be something you got to be passionate about. So don't, if you're in it for the money, I don't suggest people try it, but if you can be passionate, the biggest thing is be passionate about what you do, try every day, and don't ever give up, because, there's success stories all over Twitch and all over YouTube of people that streamed for 5-6 years, no luck whatsoever, and then one front page Reddit post, like Manny is a great example, the guy that does the Doge avatar and all his scene and stuff on Twitch. He streamed for years and never got popular, and then one day he got put on Reddit, and it was because he loved what he was doing and he cared about it, and he exploded and became popular off of it. And it just, people who are there for the money don't get picked up usually. They won't explode, they won't snowball, because people pick up on you being disingenuous.
Yeah, for sure. Not only that, when you realize that you're not going to make money immediately, you start getting negative and start acting a different way towards the stream. I've seen that happen multiple times. Totally agree with you 100%.
Yep.
Is it my turn?
Sure is.
Where are we? Could you tell us what's planned for the rest of 2018 for you and the Angry Joe Show?
Well, in the immediate future, I'm doing BattleTech reviews, or the BattleTech Rapid Fire, and Joe's doing God of War. And then you've got all these other games coming out. I can't even remember off the top of my head. So we're just going to keep chugging along. We're focusing. So this year, we're now that we've got the Kickstarter out and that did really well and we're motivated, we're going to be doing a few things. We're going to be pushing the channel more, because for some reason we've always been, Joe is super. The one thing Joe never does is ask his audience to do anything. He doesn't tell them to go follow stuff. He doesn't push them onto Twitch. He doesn't want to ask that of people because he's such a good guy. And this year we're finally going to be going into the trend of, hey, like and follow, do this and stuff. So we're going to be super pushing the Twitch. We're going to be pushing our YouTube more, trying to get that out there, doing more content than ever. And we're going to be interacting and networking with people a lot more than we have in the past. Trying to work with people like Bikeman and Co. and all those awesome people with New Game
awesome
Plus,
dudes,
and just genuinely working our butts off on the channel and just doing what we can to promote it and get it growing, because we just hit the 3 million mark and we want to be at 6 million by this time next year or more, and just keep going, and we hope that we snowball with it if we put our minds to it.
Yeah, it's a good group of guys, the New Game Plus guys. I'm good friends with all of them. I love those dudes. Yep. So are there any games or movies, TV shows, anything you're looking forward to coming out this year?
I think everybody's looking forward to Infinity War. I think, even though I don't do the movie reviews anymore, I'm excited for Infinity War. I can't wait to see it. I think all the Marvel movies are fantastic when you go out and see those. There was rumors of another Alien movie and a bunch of other stuff, so I'm really excited for that. As far as games, man, what is coming out this year? I'm so focused on the present, I can't even think.
You got Red Dead.
I'm really excited. There's this one game I've been playing a lot on the side that they're patching, and it's Escape from Tarkov.
Oh, hell yeah.
Fantastic game.
Very cool.
That is my go-to sideline game when I'm not streaming or working on other things, because it's just the improvements they're making and pushing are fantastic. And I just can't wait for it to come out in full. And I think it's coming out full release sometime this year, so that'll be awesome too.
Yeah, congrats to them. That game is, I agree with you, it's really, really well done. I love that genre where it's super hardcore, full loop PvP. It's my favorite type of genre to play in any multiplayer game. So good answer.
Yep, fantastic.
All right, now this is the final question.
For real this time.
Yeah, this for real this time. What do you like most about PC gaming?
So consoles have their place. I think as far as a console argument goes, they're portable. Anybody can get into them. It's one of those things where it's when you need them, they're there. But I prefer PCs vastly more, because just the ease of access, the flexibility, and the utility is far beyond what consoles have. And so as a content producer, it's really difficult to just get by with just a console. You know, yeah, you have got the in-game streaming and stuff for like Xbox and PS4, but the ability to do things like what you're doing with your show and being able to, you know, if I need something to be done modular, I can just get it done is one of the best things about PC. And you have a lot more customization options and things like that. And generally, the PC aspects allows you to be much more social and a lot more involved and a lot more community oriented. And just the difference in like control and graphics and all that is another added bonus. But PCs are fantastic, and I think the best thing overall though is the fact that you get to use a mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
Which is far nicer feeling to me than a controller in most options.
Same here, man. I mean, I grew up playing PCs before. I mean, I had a Nintendo when I was younger, but before I got into joystick controllers, I was on PC aiming with my mouse, and to try to go back, I mean, I do it. I still play console games, but it's such a learning curve. It's so hard for me.
I'm a console.
You always
skull.
get those games though that are like controller no matter what, like Dark Souls. You
Right.
can't play Dark Souls without a controller, even
Sure.
on PC. And so, like Final Fantasy is another one, like
Yep.
Final Fantasy 15. That's another controller game no matter what, and it's you always get games like that. But overall, PC just allows you to be a lot more flexible, and you know, it's the flexibility that I think people really like about PC gaming.
Yeah, agreed. That's it. Thank you, Del. That was awesome, man. I appreciate you coming on the show. Right now, tell people where they can find you, follow you, watch you, all that good stuff.
So you can find us on the YouTube channel Angry Joe Show, which is where our primary content is posted. That's the angry reviews, the board game reviews, table time movie reviews, and rapid fire game reviews. And then you also have our Twitch, which is twitch.tv/Angry Joe Show, which we're going to be pushing a lot more over the next few months, of course. And then again, if you haven't checked out the Street Fighter board game, Joe's Passion Project, just search Street Fighter board game in Google. It's the first option right there. It's on Kickstarter. And other than that, you know, you've got our Twitters, which is AJSA Delrith for mine, and then Joe's, of course, is Angry Joe Show. So if you haven't followed both of us, head over there and follow Other Joe, which is @OtherJoe_AJS. You'll find him. You just search @Other Joe and he shows up. So
The only other Joe around.
yeah, that's it. I mean, that's pretty much all our content platforms.
follow.
So thank you guys.
Thank you, Del. I appreciate it, man. Have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy your BattleTech review. All that good stuff,
Oh, yeah.
man. See you around.
Yeah, so it's scary. BattleTech supposedly has like 300 hours of content. So we're trying. I'm a little bit like, oh man, I gotta get through
DLCs?
this. And so
So you're
I
in
think
for a
Joe
long
got it.
weekend.
Yeah, Joe got it easy with his God of War having only like 50 hours, really good 50 hours, and then I'm like, see you in 300 hours.
Oh, man, that's going to be rough. Well, good luck to you, dude, man. And thanks again for coming on the show, and thanks for everything you do.
All right, thank you a ton for having me.
For sure. We'll talk soon.
All right, see you guys.
See ya.
Bye.
So that was it. Big thank you to Del again. Make sure to shoot him and Angry Joe a follow. Make sure to follow our Angry Joe giveaway. OriginPC.com/Angry Joe. Sign up for that worldwide giveaway, and you can follow all their channels through there as well. So now it's time for, what is it?
Origin.
Ask Origin PC. Beep, 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 beep. So we did Ask Origin PC on Twitter again. Is this right, Lewis? Yeah?
Yep, I guess.
Nice. All right, so Rainbow Blitz 13, Jasper asks, what is it like working in a computer tech facility? Nana, you want to start this off?
Well, it's really cold.
It's gotta be. Is it heavy-heated
No,
computers?
it's overwhelming sometimes, but it's a lot of computers. You get stuff, but it's really rewarding. I feel like I have a lot of fun. It's kind of laid back sometimes. Everyone's really awesome. I really like working here, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, the cool part about working at this computer tech facility, at least, is that there's a ton of experience here from the guys that have been here from the beginning, because a lot of them came over from Alienware, so you learn a lot about how it was growing Alienware from someone's garage to the multi-billion conglomerate that it is today. And they're looking to do the same for this. I mean, that's our aim. And learning from these dudes and just watching them do what they do, and all the experience and feedback that they've given me is immeasurable. Like, I can't even say how grateful I am to be a part of all this. Just working around computers is pretty cool. Being here in a place where I'd say 100% of the employees are gamers is pretty neat too, because we always have stuff to talk about. Seeing all this awesome, I'm a huge tech nerd, so seeing all this awesome technology that's even unreleased sometimes come our way is pretty amazing. being able to do this stream and all that fun stuff, and
Being able to hang out with me.
being able to go to events. I'm not gonna get there yet. Being able, it's amazing. It's an amazing experience. Next one is from and hanging out with Nano too, because I gotta say it, I guess. DRT Sal07, did I say that right? First and foremost, thank you so much for being so close with your customers and being so in point with your product that I would love to test when affordable. Second of all, what's the difference between a gaming PC and a professional PC? I'm sure both can be used either way. Absolutely. First of all, thank you so much for the kind words. So the main difference is how you can configure both. You're looking at ECC memory on the professional side, as well as Xeon processors and Quadro graphics cards. So the fact that you can put those in there is more meant for people that need those type of items for 3D modeling, rendering, using that architect software, CAT, I think it's called. I forget the name of it. Do you remember what it's called? Either way, so that stuff, you kind of need something that's not good for gaming. It's more made technology that's more made for just heavy-duty rendering, like that ECC memory and the Quadro cards and the Xeon processors. On the same token, even on the Pro side, you can select a lot of gaming features. So really, it just depends on what you're buying. A lot of professionals go to the Pro side just because you don't get all the fancy options to make your PC all colorful and nice. Sometimes you just want something streamlined that you can use for work, so you go there. But that's the key difference. And the gaming computers is just, design it to go as crazy as you want it to look and feel.
The most extra.
Yeah, the most extra possible. Can't believe I just said extra.
Extra. You live in Miami, like.
Yeah, I don't like using those Miami phrases.
Oye.
Pero. All right.
Did you see what you texted me earlier?
Yeah, I know. That's funny. So, last question, 2 Gears. Ask pancakes or waffles?
Ooh, I'm definitely a waffles person because
it holds the...
I just hold it in my hand. I don't put syrup in it. I just eat it with no syrup.
I like both. I used to favor pancakes for sure. That was like my jam. Pancakes all the time. Now, my more mature taste palette has led me to the waffles. But it's really only because it holds my syrup in place.
Oh.
I'm eating it.
Dude, you'll find me at 3 a.m. on top of my counter in my kitchen with a waffle. Like...
So we got some chat questions up next. Dweeb King, nice name, man. Do you think it's more of a challenge to play with a trackpad over a mouse?
Yes.
Absolutely, 100% yes. Although I have seen, a friend of ours, I've seen her play League of Legends on a trackpad. Like hardcore, and it's even her trackpad's all messed up because of how much she played on there. Violet Crumble, remember her?
Oh, huh?
Yep, she plays on a trackpad. But yeah, definitely mouse over trackpad any day of the year. Dakota 22446 asks, why is there 2 NBA Live cases or whatever on that wall? Oh, so all of these games, they came from the 3 founders, Richard, Hector, and Kevin. If it weren't for them, we wouldn't have created this wall. But of course, a lot of them own the same games. I don't know how they saw it. There's one there. Yeah, there's probably more. But a lot of them own the same game, so they're gonna repeat. There's like 3 Battlefield 1942s back here. There's a few No One Lives Forever as well. There's a bunch of repeat stuff, but it's because they have the same game, so we just made the wall out of it. Sorry, all right, we can't all be unique. And I think that's it. That's it for the questions. Thank you guys so much for participating in Ask Origin PC. Up next, we choose our Post of the Week winner.
Damn, I want waffles. Woo, where are we?
So what do we got? And now for Post of the Week. Last week's topic was come up with a ridiculous gaming-related petition. We received several challenge pitches, but we could only pick one. Before we pick our winner, we have some honorable mentions this week. First honorable mention goes to... the tweets include petitions such as switching Legend of Zelda to Legend of Link, banning Mario from picking up animals, or petitioning Princess Peach to get better security so Mario can actually do some plumbing. Thank you so much, honorable mentions. Better luck next week, but keep those creative answers flowing because you're going to get picked as a winner at some point, like our next winner, who says, that's Wasabi Lasabi, via Twitter, who wrote, all silent protagonists will now be voiced by Danny DeVito or suffer the consequences. No. That'd be incredible. Frank from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
This is like
Thanks,
a
Wasabi.
D&D campaign.
Yeah, I know. Please, if you're in chat, let us know so you can redeem your Founders Pack for Radical Heights. Radical Heights, an amazing game. The new PUBG and Fortnite. Dare I say it? No, I'm not going to go that far. Who knows, though? It's definitely picking up a ton of steam, so good for them. I love these Battle Royale games. They're a ton of fun. I know Lewis, our producer, has been enjoying the crap out of it.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah, definitely.
Like Saints
So
Row.
congratulations for winning. Please reach out to us on Twitter or Facebook or wherever and let us know that you were picked so that we can give you your Founders Pack. Jericho, what is next week's topic?
Alright, next week's topic is, it's true, you're a robot with human skin. What would you do with your newfound robot abilities? Examples include, enter the arm wrestling world championship
Cheats.
and win, try to start a robot uprising with fellow robots, or become a superhero with a secret identity. Make sure to use the hashtag OriginPCLive with your response, and we'll be picking the post of the week on the next episode. What would you do?
I don't know what I would do with my robot abilities. Probably conquer the world.
I would be a target scanning device, obviously. That's what I would do.
Like the
I
barcode
would,
readers?
Yes, I would take over all the cashier's jobs.
Man,
Me.
you're horrible. Horrible. Well, I guess that's it. I guess that's it for the show. Nothing else that we had to do. No important announcements or
No.
anything that we had to do. I think that's the end of it.
That is totally it.
So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for It's never going to get old, and we're never going to stop doing it. And now for the winner of the EVO15-S giveaway.
It's me.
So remember, friends, before we announce this giveaway, we have another worldwide giveaway underway. That's the Angry Joe giveaway. To sign up to that. And 2 US and Canada-based giveaways with the Final Fantasy XV Millennium and the Intel Extreme Rig. Testing Lewis's quick skill. So again, the Angry Joe Show giveaway. The Intel Extreme Rig giveaway. Oh, yeah, you got me. I tried to switch it up.
Too quick.
And the Final Fantasy XV Millennium giveaway. Make sure to sign up to those at www.originpc.com/angryjoe, originpc.com/ffxv, and make sure to tweet out my hashtag Intel Rig Challenge. Vote is for @OriginPC. And the winner! Thank you guys for everyone that participated, first of all. Remember, the winner has to reach out to us, which, spoiler alert, he already did. So the winner is A_Leo3, who will be receiving the EVO15-S. Big shout out to A. So happy that he won. Thank you so much for the kind words. Congratulations to you, sir. And good luck to everyone else in the rest of the giveaways. Thank you guys for watching. As a reminder, these next 2 weeks we will be off. Can you go back to my camera real quick? And then you can go back to the winner. Thanks. These next 2 weeks we will be off. Next week Kevin and I will be at the St. Jude Play Live Summit. We're going to be, you know how we support the kids of St. Jude here. Hashtag for the kids, always and forever. So we're going to be over there. We might do a stream from the hotel, actually, depending on the internet. Then May the 4th, which is the following Friday, we are off because Mr. Kevin Wasilewski is tying the knot, the old knot Zarutskis, and we're going to be streaming it live, believe it or not. We're not going to be doing it on Origin PC's channel, though. That will be live on Origin PC CEO's channel. I will be hosting. I'm going to be doing it off my phone, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So tune in there. We're going to be announcing all that on Twitter. We're going to actually do his wedding from beginning to end. There's a ton of events. There's the after party, the reception, all that good stuff. It's going to be a ton of fun. We hope to see a bunch of you there, especially those that are just good friends and fans of Kevin. Isabella, his fiance's family, is going to be watching from outside of the country because they can't participate, can't be there for the wedding, so they're actually going to be tuning in. No pressure on me. I hope that I can do it justice. This is like a serious thing, and I'm going to be there.
It'll be your face. It'll be your face the entire time.
Yeah, I'm just going to be fucking making jokes the entire time. The old yucks.
Is it
Hey
Star
guys,
Wars
thank you for following. It is Star Wars theme. It's on May the 4th.
Duh, Jericho.
For that reason, so tune into that. That's going to be on twitch.tv/OriginPCCEO. Follow his Twitter, though, so you can find out all that information. But other than that, thank you guys for tuning in. Have a fantastic weekend. Take care of yourselves. Love one another as much as we love you. And enjoy God of War 4.